Coming up, the new Fisher Blades McNasty. I get a classic Spyderco that I've been wanting for years and years and years, and my most carried folders of summer 2025. I'm Bob DeMarco. This is the Knife Junkie podcast.
Welcome to the Knife Junkie podcast, your weekly dose of knife news and information about knives and knife collecting. Here's your host, Bob the Knife Junkie DeMarco.
Welcome back to the show. One of my favorite comments from this past week was from an American father, a regular on Thursday Night Knives. He says, Bob, I'm having a really shit day. Thanks for getting me away from it for an hour. And I got to say, an American father, first of all, sorry your day was going so poorly. But man, that's exactly, that puts wind in my sails. I love knowing that all this knife chat is reaching people and hitting them where you can just be distracted by it. So thanks for letting me know, American father, and it's always good to hear from you. Second was from OG Blade Reviews, who quips, nice collection, Bob. Did you spend out and can't afford Band-Aids? That was because for a second time in that week, I stabbed myself in a video and bled right here on our mat at this table. So I do have some Band-Aids close at hand. Hopefully I won't need them today. All right, guys, thanks for watching over this past week and commenting. It's greatly appreciated. More close-up videos to come of more knives that just keep coming in. So keep your eyes peeled for those as well. All right, that said, let's get to a pocket check.
What's in his pocket? Let's find out. Here's the Knife Junkie with his pocket check of knives.
In my front right pocket today, I had the beautiful Demco Knives 8020. And I hadn't carried this one in a short while, but I met someone on a little trip. We just took a little family trip to the beach, and I met someone in a store there. Steven, you know who you are, a great guy and a knife dude, and I could tell from the pocket clip peeking out of his pocket. And he was also carrying an Andrew Demko or a Demco Knives 8020. His was a little bit newer than this, more slender in the hand and in the blade, and it had really nice finger grooves for each finger, and it fit my hand perfectly. So it was a really, really nice knife, and it definitely inspired me to carry mine. So I had this in my pocket today. Great carry, though I got to say, in light shorts in the summertime, could be a little heavy. So keep that in mind. All right, next up, as usual, per lately, I had the K9 Jack from the new Steel series from Jack Wolf Knives. This is a mid-tier offering with 154 cm blade steel. You got that full height hollow grind with the machine ground satin and polished steel bolsters, liners, and in this case, a beautiful yellow jigged bone. Yellow jig bone covers, really, really beautiful dye job on these. So I had this one on me today. This is one of the ones that bit me a couple weeks back, right on camera. Next up in my waistline, and I've been carrying this the past few days, it's just been working out great, is the TKell Knives Adversary, one of the knives I said that should be in every collection a couple of weeks back. And I said this one or the Combatant, they're on the same platform, same handle, just different blade shapes. This one always edges out the Combatant for me, though that Combatant is an incredibly useful and multi-use blade shape. So is this Wharncliffe, and the Wharncliffe just always captures my imagination. It's always usually a counterpoint as well to the other bellied blades like the ones I have here that I was carrying. All right, one more today for emotional support. This one has been hard to kick out of my pocket, though it's not really too frequently in my pocket, but you know what I mean. I have this one with me a lot these days in my backpack and such. This is the new, to me, Cold Steel Mayhem. I realize this has been out for several years now. One of the first releases from GSM and their in-house design team at Cold Steel. And, you know, I've quipped over the years that this thing is a bit cartoonish in its presentation. It's ham-fisted in its design. It looks like a cartoon knife and all this, but I got to say, I really dig it a lot. It's got that continuous belly. It is definitely similar to a cutlass to me. You've got that really nice uh, 3D ground spine. I'm sorry, 90-degree ground spine with those notches in it that work great for, I've seen other people use ferro rods. I got the Snaggletooth MF on there, and it's only fits this knife. It's perfect, and does a great job in just opening that, waving it open on the pocket. So this is what I had on me today. What were you carrying? I had the Cold Steel Mayhem with all of its dangerous fidgetiness. The Adversary from TKell Knives. If you like TKell Knives, we have an awesome, awesome coupon code where you save 10%. It's just just Knife Junkie. When at checkout, you get 10%. He gets a sale. I get a little something, and everyone wins. So. Also had the Steel Series K9 Jack from Jack Wolf Knives and the beautiful Demco 8020. Let me know what you were carrying. Drop it in the comments below. I always love to hear what you guys have on you. It's always interesting to me. All right, next up, I want to show you what you stand to win in August 2025's Gentleman Junkie Knife Giveaway. This is the Edgy American Bowie knife. Shane Gables, the Edgy American, and his new knife outfit. He sent this to me, and this thing is a beauty. And lots of greatness to this because it is a Bowie knife, a clip point blade, and it's the kind of blade that Shane explicitly dislikes, and he's done an awesome job here. I really like the look of this one. If this were mine, as I've said a couple of times, I'd probably make a Kydex sheath for it because it's the perfect carry size with a full 4-finger grip, but pretty short handle, rounded, so it's not going to stab too much into that spare tire you've been carrying ever since your wedding day. And this one comes with a 1931 leather sheath. Beautiful, beautiful job. If you join us on Thursday Night Knives, you probably recognize that logo, that Frankenstein-like logo. Really beautiful package here. Very excited to give this away. All you have to do is become a Gentleman Junkie. Go to thenifejunkie.com/Patreon. Check out the stuff we have to offer, and you could be thrown in the hopper to win this beautiful knife. Now, you know, from Thursday Night Knives, we give away a lot of knives thanks to generous supporters like Mike at Northern Knives and, of course, Dave of OG Blade Reviews. We always have knives to give away, but we also, on Thursdays, the third Thursday of every month, give away a special knife to a special patron, a Gentleman Junkie patron. And so that's what that's all about. Check that one out. We have another cool one here from Mike Wharton that we're going to be giving away in September. So a lot of great knives to be given away. Another great thing you get from our Patreon account are knife notes. This is a regular installment that James, why am I calling him James? Jim puts up there. James is my brother-in-law, and that's how I differentiate them. But here he's got knife notes about Blade Show West, what to expect, how to make plans, demos and classes, all different sorts of information. And so sometimes knife notes will be history of a certain knife design like the Bowie or the Kukri. Sometimes it'll be about we even had a recipe up here. Here we have the key details of Blade Show West. So definitely check out Knife Notes. Jim works hard on these, and it's really something that'll keep you in the know. And if you look at the right-hand side, couple, 4 went up the week before this week. So lots of stuff going up there. So do check those out. All right. How do you get all that? Go to Patreon, knifejunkie.com/Patreon. We also have a QR code that'll float up here on screen in a second. You can scan that, go there and check it out. And last in the pitch is that if you sign up for 1 year at one time, you save 12%. So do go check that out. Theknifejunkie.com/Patreon. That's theknifejunkie.com/Patreon.
Adventure Delivered, your monthly subscription for hand-picked outdoor, survival, EDC, and other cool gear from our expert team of outdoor professionals. TheKnifeJunkie.com/BattleBox.
You're listening to the Knife Junkie podcast. And now here's the Knife Junkie with the Knife Life News.
The first one in Knife Life News is an exciting one. I know I have one on the way to me. I can't wait to check it out. This is from two people I admire a lot in the knife world. One of them, of course, is Ben Belkin of Jack Wolf Knives, and the other is Jakeb Ginsberg, a young California knife maker whose work I've been admiring, well, on Instagram for quite a long time. But what first sparked my interest in him was a knife I had on loan from Hero Sticks, I believe it was, a couple of years back. Really beautiful, clean work does Jakeb make. And his Instagram is Jakeb Creates. And I always read that as Jake B Creates, like his first name was Jake, last name began with a B. It's Jakeb Ginsberg. Anyway, this new collaboration is, there it is. What a beauty. This thing is 3.14 inches in blade length of hollow ground S90V. We've got a modified sheep's foot or Wharncliffe. I don't know. You make the call. Really nice swedge. To me, I would say this is more of a sheep's foot. Comes in a number of different handle scales of 5, carbon fiber, a titanium, a linen micarta, a kieranite. I know that I have the purple one coming. And then also a red abalone, which is just insane looking, that abalone. Not pictured here is the carbon fiber. I have the purple one en route. I'm psyched. It comes with a leather sheath as per Jack Wolf Knives fixed blade regular. 1.7 ounces for the knife itself. And with the full package, it's 3.5 ounces. This drops 2 days from the day we drop this episode. So the 15th of August, 2025. Beautiful knife. The JW Collab Collusion. I don't think I mentioned the name Collusion, but what a beauty. And that handle style is very typical of Jakeb Ginsberg's work. All right, next up from Artisan Cutlery. Now, this was a knife early on in Artisan's lineup that caught my eye. Never had one, but I always thought it was cool. And it's the Orthodox. The Orthodox is their straight razor-ish offering, folding locking knife. So they've made a few tweaks to this to make it more like a straight razor. So this is a 3.5 inch AR RPM 9. That's their sort of budget, Artisan's budget in-house powder metallurgy steel offering. This is now a thinned out blade and hollow ground. Before it was flat ground, which to me, I mean, if you're going to make something to emulate a straight razor, you go straight for the hollow grind. So they did that. They changed the sort of regular arcing style handle. And by regular, I mean it looked similar to a straight razor. And they sort of angularized it and turned it into a sort of a modernized gun stock handle pattern. This one comes in G10s, and that's it. No wood yet. 2.7 ounces and should be coming real soon. So I'm thinking end of August 2025. Real nice update on that. You can see the hollow grind. And yeah, this to me is all of a sudden a way more interesting knife. That's the new version of the Artisan Cutlery Orthodox. Next up from Tops Knives, this is a cool one. This is an axe. So this one is the Tops Wolf Pax like peace, Pax axe. This one is designed by company CEO Leo Espinoza, who just came out with another offering, a knife called the Tick that looks very interesting. So this one is a small, lightweight, 10.13 inch axe, and as you can see from the picture here, it's got a sharpened beard. So that part, as you round the tip down at the bottom, becomes sharp on the inside for all sorts of grappling purposes, fighting purposes. I'm guessing that's the lens I look through it. But I mean, what else would you use the inside of the a sharpened beard for it. 3-inch blade from top to bottom there. Compound ground, so you've got a flat grind, and then you've got that inner scooping grind, and you've got micarta scales. Pretty simple affair, very tops-ish with that 1095 blade steel with the black traction coating. It's pretty attractive looking, I gotta say, and it comes with a Kydex sheath. Out now, 20 ounces, so just a smidgen over a pound. That's the new Tops Wolfpack's axe. Last up from Sentcut, one of my favorite outfits. I love the Civivi Sentcut, and by extension, WE knife companies. I don't have enough WE in my collection to truly love it, but I do have Sentcuts and Civivis, and I do love them. Sentcut has a new one out. It's kind of a beautiful and graceful design, I gotta say, called the Skelfin. Skelfin. It's a 3.3-inch trailing clip point blade, kind of an elegant, sleek blade. 9CR18 MOV, which is Sentcut's main steel. I think all of my Sentcuts have that steel. This one has a thumb stud and a button lock, and in this case, a beautiful pink color. And I used to hate pink, and then I had daughters, and now I'm just very choosy about my pink. This one is nice, almost trending towards a mauve or mauve, I guess it is. Comes in black, white, and this mauvey pinky color. Reversible pocket clip, deep carry, loop over pocket clip, 2.4 ounces. So a beautiful, light, slender little EDC. I could see my wife loving this one, and not the pink one. She's not a pink type, but still, she likes the thin and slender knives like this that fit in her jeans waistband. This will be out end of August 2025. So some really cool stuff. I can't wait to get my JW collab. I think I missed the boat on that Sentcut, or at least I haven't seen anything from them. They don't send out every new release, but there you go. Okay, still to come, we have the state of the collection. But before we go there, I want to remind you we have a newsletter that helps you keep in touch with us and helps us keep in touch with you. It comes out once a week. Sometimes we miss a week. Well, let's say once every other week on average. And it helps us keep in touch with you. Also, another great way to keep in touch pretty much in real time is on Thursday Night Knives. So join us on Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, and join the conversation. It's awesome. It's a back and forth. We look at knives, we talk about knives, and we really wax philosophical. So come join us there on Thursday Night Knives. All right, coming up, the state of the collection. All right, first up in the state of the collection, this beauty. This is the new one from Fisher Blades. This is the Fisher Blades McNasty. And it is McNasty. This is a tribute knife to, let's see, the McNasty PK is named to honor James McNasty McNeese, a U.S. Army paratrooper and leader of the Filthy 13, an irregular but elite paratroop unit which was instrumental in a number of vital combat missions during World War II. So a very, very cool knife with an excellent and interesting lineage, similar to the Beckwith Covert. They're the Beckwith FS, full size, and the Beckwith Covert. They're bread and butter knives. They're flagship model over at Fisher Blades, based on or named after Charles Beckwith, the guy who started Delta Force. Yeah, Delta Force. So named after another American military hero, the McNasty, a really awesome little boot knife. This thing, I mean, we'd call it a boot knife. This is not ridden in my boots. This has been in the waistband or in the pocket. This is definitely an everyday defensive pocket carry. That's how they roll over there at Fisher Blades. And this is this ambidextrous sheath is definitely set up for pocket carry, though I have found it really nice in the waistband, especially over this past week when I was away at the beach. This very slender sheath here, nicely rounded and everything, was very comfortable. I carried an appendix pretty much exclusively in the waistband, and it was really, really nice. Since I'm talking about the sheath, let me talk about the retention. Retention is very good on this, even though there is, it kind of looks loose and open. You've got these notches carved into the front of the handle that correspond to tabs in the sheath, and they lock in there. And that is the main form of keeping it in. So one thing I did notice, having this pinched between my belt and my waistband, which you don't get in the pocket so much, is this squeezed together. So it made the draw more difficult. So I would just push on the sheath a little bit, and it released perfectly. So really nice retention. I know with a double-edged dagger, EDC dagger, especially when you're carrying in your pocket close to all the valuables, you want to make sure it's going to stay in the sheath. So they did a great job on the sheath. Let's talk about the knife. Perfectly symmetrical here. You've got a 3.4-inch Nitro V blade, double edge ground, 25-degree bevels on the cutting edge there, and you've got nice jimping under these quillions here. You've got double guards here, really nice and grippy. And then at the tail end, you've got this flare out that's great for all sorts of uses for the pommel. Basically, in reverse grip, capping it with the thumb works great with these three angles here. Nice platform and a nice ascent there, but also on drawing it, it's easy to hook your finger, your pinky or your thumb, the web between your thumb and your forefinger, however you're drawing it. It's really easy to grab it there in that flared pommel with the jimpings. Really, really nice knife. Very classic lines, very clean, and this is plain lines. I hate to use the word plain, but in this case, it's a compliment. This is a useful tool for a very singular purpose, self-defense, and there's no extra. Everything is symmetrical. It's perfectly, no matter how you have it in hand, you know exactly what's going on and where. And unlike when I got the Perfrico and it was single-edged, that one you have to be very cognizant of where the jimping is, so you know exactly where your edge is. This thing is awesome. I'm really looking forward to doing a carry video of it. I really like carrying this knife. That is the Fisher Blades McNasty. Next up, speaking of pocket carry fixed blade knives, I got this sheath from Armis Knife and Tool. This is the ambidextrous pocket carry sheath for their knife called the Mini VSK1. But I saw a Michael Grasso, the guy behind Armis Knife and Tool, put up a video saying that if you carry a Northman, which I do, I have this Amtac Northman, and it comes in its own ambidextrous pocket sheath, but it's a deep carry pocket sheath. And I'm very fond of this style of sheath and this sort of ambidextrous in the pocket carry sheath. And so Michael Grasso came out and said, this sheath works perfectly for the Northman if you want an option for your Northman. I did. And so I bought it, and it is really awesome. Fits perfectly. So if you like the Northman, I'm guessing you probably like the Mini VSK1. Very similar blade shape and similar philosophy of handle, though the shape is different. But really great knife, really great setup. This sheath is awesome. And let me remind you, in addition to that sheath, they sell this sheath. This is the universal paring knife sheath. So you travel with the sheath, you go to a grocery store, wherever you land, go buy yourself a cheap paring knife. It'll fit in there. You carry it around while you're in Tacoma or wherever, and then you ditch the blade before you leave. Give it to a homeless guy or something. So that is the new Armis Knife and Tool Mini VSK ambidextrous sheath. It's not new. It's just new. It's now for purchase without the knife. Okay, next up, this one is cool. This was just sent to us from Northern Knives, Mike Wharton, and Three Dog Knife. Three Dog Knife is the in-house brand of Northern Knives, and they sent me this Riot. And they sent me a second one to give away to you. So that's going to be for the September Gentleman Junkie knife giveaway. But this is a handmade custom just obliterator. And I say that because it's 3/16 of an inch thick, super slab of AEBL here. Very, very comfortable in hand. And I'm sorry, did I say E? Yeah, AEBL. And it's got Cerakoted blade. It is a recurved Tonto. This is a do-everything knife. It's called the Riot. Comes in this beautiful Scout-style sheath here. It's called the Riot. So to me, that means urban. But also, I know that Three Dog Knife is all about hunting and outdoor adventures. They're up there in Anchorage, Alaska. So this is literally a do-everything knife, kind of in the fashion of the Viking sax. You know what I mean? Have it on you, you do everything with it. And this blade shape is amazing. Now, they sent one with black Cerakote and black micarta, and that's the one we'll be giving away. Let me see. The birth card here comes in the form of a dog tag. And I got the steel wrong. Three Dog Knife, Riot. This is Cerakoted, and it's K110 steel. So K110, analogous to D2 blade steel. Really, really comfortable in hand. Nice, thick handle scales. This thing is wicked. The Riot. Yep, comes in a Scout style carry leather sheath as well. Stout and sturdy, ready to go. Next up, this one I got this past weekend. This is the Cold Steel Urban Edge. So I always wanted one of these little push daggers. It's a 2-inch double-edged blade, and it's got a really nice handle whose rubber extends up the shaft so that the piece that's between your fingers, I prefer it in this grip rather than the symmetrical grip, but it doesn't harsh your fingers. It's hollow ground slightly on this side, and then on this side we have those double bevels. Really profound power you can get behind a push dagger just from punching. This one I just looped a little paracord on. It fits right on my belt. Nice and easy, doesn't even slide around. Great, great little knife. The Cold Steel Urban Edge. Good one to give for the purse, you know, or the keychain, or I guess what I'm trying to say is very intuitive knife. I'm not telling you that you should carry it for self-defense, but it would be a great one. It takes very little know-how to use, and so probably good for women as well. Force multiplier, as they say. All right. Lastly, but I'm not a lawyer, even though my shirt says I might be. Let's see. Today, the last one here is a classic. This is the one that I first saw a guy who I thought looked cool carrying way back in the mid '90s in Philadelphia in a bike shop. And he pulled this out and did a repair with it. This is the classic stainless steel, fully serrated, swedged Spyderco police model. Just an awesome thing. I've been carrying this for about a week straight now. Or no, a little less than that. But just really, really loving it. It's thin. It's a little bit heavy. Made in Seki City, Japan. It is just fit and finished perfectly. Just an awesome knife. Classic EDC. 4 1/4 inch VG10 blade. Hollow ground with the full Spidey edge. I love that swedge up front. And gets nice and thin there for penetration. And then a great shaped handle, nice and long, thin but somewhat wide. So what a great knife. This will definitely have been on my most carried folders list of summer 2025, but I just haven't carried it enough yet to actually qualify. But let's get into that. Before we do, as usual, Jim has been hard at work and has been creating merchandise. And he's got a new design out here. Don't worry, I handle sharp humor too. And he's also been doing comics, which are cool. Knife comics. He did some in Knife Notes this week. So go check those out and go to theknifejunkie.com/shop and see all the different things you can get this and many other designs on. It is sweet. Excuse me. All right, so let's get to it. Most carried folders of summer 2025. Of course, a couple of factors play into it. First of all is Blade Show. I always get something that I'm very excited about at Blade Show. And past couple of years, I've been mostly all about the fixed blade knives. But I always want to get a fancy titanium folder, and I end up carrying that one a lot. That's for sure. Another thing that plays into it is garment weight. I'm not wearing as many heavy garments, so the knives get lighter. Anything else? I end up going to the pool a lot and sweating a lot. So these all are good for food prep pretty much, as well as just EDC. All right, first up, the LUDT. This one, my Microtech LUDT. This is a Generation 2, and it was one of the last ones I found before Gen 2 went away for good, pretty much. Now they're on Generation 3. I'm sure it's awesome. It just doesn't float my boat the same way the classic LUDT does. This is what the very first ones looked like. Large Underwater Demolition Team. That's what that stands for, LUDT. And I guess this was made for SEALs or people who do underwater demolition. But it's nice and light with that aluminum handle. It has a distal taper to it, the whole thing, which is kind of pleasing. Lightweight with the aluminum handle. Good size at 3.4 inches, M390 blade steel. I've got the serrations, so a great sort of do-all knife. But also the color plays into it. I did not originally set out to get a purple LUDT, but this is what I could find at the time in this Generation 2, and I've actually really fallen in love with it. All the other purple knives I've ever had in my life I've gotten rid of, but this color purple is just, I don't know, it really does it for me. And I guess I've had a lot of lavender anodized knives in the past. I've just always let them dangle. But this one is this is a perfect summer knife, I got to say. And perfect in Virginia, now in Delaware, where you can carry a switchblade, which is awesome. Thanks to our friends at Willie Knives. So LUDT, definitely. Here, we can see from this camera more of the purple than on the other camera, seems. All right, next up, now this was a Blade Show acquisition, and I was so thrilled to, not only that I got there in time to get this, but the circumstances, Sharif Manganas gave me this. This is the Aurelia. This was, before it was given to me, this was the titanium folder I was going to try and get at Blade Show. So, A, I'm happy I made it before they were all gone, and B, yeah, it's a special gift. A really, really beautiful MagnaCut clip point blade. It's a long clip with a center line point, making that point a very utilitarian or good for utilitarian tasks. You've got a gentle belly behind it, and then a long, straight cutting surface. It's very, very sharp. It's a flat grind, saber grind. It gets really thin behind the edge. It is wickedly sharp. You've got excellent thumb jimping here. It's like the perfect texture to engage and to grip without being too harsh. Very, very nice stepped thumb studs. Perfect deployment action. You can also use the front flipper like that. Very nice. Contoured titanium handles. OEM on this one is Riot. and all that that implies. You've got a really nice looking sort of Terzuola-esque clip with no hardware, no visible hardware, that is. A nice scoop out, which I love. I don't have any knives that have this scoop out underneath, so it keeps everything a little bit lower profile, but you can still have thick seamed pants. Just an exceptional knife. I love carrying this. It's also light. You can see that it's got a lot of titanium removed from the inside of that handle slab. Perfect engagement for disengaging the lock. Great slow roll. Oftentimes, titanium frame locks don't slow roll well, in my opinion, but this one does, especially in the left hand. But this one I can sometimes I can slow roll it when I'm not on camera with my right hand, just using that front flipper and my forefinger. Just an exceptional knife. This is one to definitely keep your eye on. Sharif Manganas is a very, very amazing designer and great guy, and he's got a very promising future. I think he should get together with JW Collab and do a collaboration. Speaking of JW Collab, the Tango, their first collaboration knife, was a big carry. This has been a big time carry this summer. This has gotten me to break my 3-inch rule. This is a 3-inch blade. Usually it's 3.5 and above is where I like to be, or 3.4 at the minimum. This is a 3-inch blade, and man alive, I love this thing. It's a collaboration with Cerberus Blades. There's the Cerberus logo there. All sorts of snail trails on this blasted titanium. And I like it. I like snail trails on blasted titanium. It shows a little bit of history. This has that beautiful radiating pattern coming from milled from that center point, which is the pivot. A beautiful Sponto style blade with that flat front and a deeply hollow ground main portion. 1095 blade steel. 1095. Sorry. S90V blade steel, bronzed clip and backspacer. Also a hardware free clip. Just a beautiful, beautiful knife. Now this one also comes mostly in bolster lock versions. So this was the one titanium offering from this run. Look at that. Man, that thing is beautiful. Also a great, great front flipper. Okay, so that is the JW Collabs Tango. Next one, this one gets a lot of summer play. It's been 3 years running now. This is the Utctic EFD. This is a Liang Ma design. It looks a lot like his everyday field knife. This is just awesome. Now, why does it get a lot of carry in the summer? This is a big time pool knife for me. We have a thriving neighborhood pool community, and we go there a lot. And this year, maybe a little less, which is bittersweet because it's just indicative of the fact that my girls are growing older and they're going off and doing their own thing a little more. But anyway, I won't go down that path. This is a great everything knife. It's a great food knife, food prep. We're always cooking at the pool. This is great for that. This actually edged out my Civivi, the big Ostap Hell Civivi folding kitchen knife. Because it has a point, a center line point. It's a spear point blade. So heaven forbid the world starts ending while we're at the pool. I have a knife that will also adequately perform as a self-defense knife. But this is just a great utility knife. And honest to goodness, I'm not so concerned about it getting stolen. Not that things get stolen at the pool, but I just wouldn't leave something expensive on the table and go jump in the pool because you never know. But this one has fit the bill. I'm not worried about it. It's really, really nicely done. 14C28 and super thin. I have actually hurt this blade before and kind of got it back into true. You can see a slight bit of wobble right around the edge, right around there. but just a great utility blade. Orange, it's easy to see. Everything about this says great summer knife. It's nice and light. Also, this one only has hardware or liners on the clip side. Here on the show side, there's nothing except right around that, these standoffs here and up towards the pivot. So very light, cool design. Everything about this knife I like. The Utectic EFD. Oh, no, there's one thing I'm not crazy about. That jimping could be a little sharper up front, but that's a minor. Let's see, I can still do it. So I won't take that as a ding. All right, next up, the Civivi Baby Banter. This is the Baby Banter 2 Touch Grass model. Touch Grass. So this is, let's see, where is it? What is up, guys? There's the logo there. Ben Peterson designed this. What is up, guys, was his kind of come out line, his tagline when he was on the Blade, on Blade HQ. Anyway, this is his Baby Banter design with the clip point, which I really like. I like it better than the Spear Point Baby Banter myself. Very small knife. It's a sub 2-inch blade here in terms of cutting edge. You've got a nice 50-50 choil here. Really, really great action for a ambidextrous bar lock with such a small blade. I mean, that's the crazy thing. The blade is so small and has basically zero weight, but it falls right in. So they have it extremely dialed in, Civivi does. You've got really nicely bronzed thumb studs here, excellent jimping, great engagement on the jimping. I can get all 4 fingers on when I'm up in that choke up position there. And then really nice grass textured G10. TG stands for touch grass, as I mentioned. So a call to the outdoors, call to action, get outside, touch grass, get a grip. A two-layer G10. You've got that sort of Indian red core with the hunter green on the outside. Loop over pocket clip with the plate cover there. And then this one has a toothpick on that side and a tweezers over here. So right under the scales, like a Swiss Army knife. Nice pocket clip. Everything about this is great. This has been a back left pocket carry for 2 months. I jacked up the pocket clip, as you can see, but kind of bent it back into shape. Okay, next up. Now this one I started carrying this one at the beginning of the summer and in the late spring. And the cool thing about this is it's a knife that I've had for a while, but really never carried much at all. But Rob Penna of Snaggletooth Tactical and Alien Scales sent me these beautiful Bocote wood scales. And so when Rob Penna isn't busy making Snaggletooth MFs, the pocket catch I was talking about right here for various knives with the removable thumb studs, he's making beautiful scales for different handles for different knives. And one of them is the Formax Scout. The fit is perfect. It is as if this were custom made for this particular Formax Scout. So the fit is perfect. The wood is beautiful. It's nicely chamfered. It's very comfortable. And it just, I don't know, it takes this relatively generic but super tough and awesome, useful tool and makes it special. Got a little bit of a finger well here, as you can see if I turn it on that angle. Everything is rounded really nicely. So it really got me to carry this somewhat heavy and large knife quite a bit. It's even not bad in shorts. Now, I'm not sure because I haven't done the measurements, but I feel like the wood, which is counterintuitive, might be lighter than the dense plastic FRN handle that this came with. Or maybe it's just lighter, like he's not heavy, he's my brother. Super thick scales here, thick spring, perfect mount up for the clip. So I would check out Alien Scales, really awesome stuff. And of course, Snaggletooth Tactical is awesome. They make pocket catches that fit all cold steels that don't have the plates, basically, and many other knives. But this was definitely one of the most carried knives of summer 2025. All right, next up, this was also a Blade Show acquisition. By the way, the coffee website is now fixed. So if you've been trying to get our coffee, which I highly recommend you do, you can do that now. Jim just fixed it. This is the Sting from DC Blades. I have loved this design ever since it was announced, and I believe I saw some in the process design pics from Justin Carvin of DC Blades, and he came out with this. They came out with this and the Vendetta around the same time, made by Miguron, masterfully made by Miguron. Both really awesome knives. That other one, the Vendetta, is a Pickall, but this one to me is just a perfect and beautiful design. It's very dramatic, but it's not too large. So it's that sort of upsweep is just perfect for the size. Any larger, you'd have to adjust all these perfect angles, I gotta say. Great in reverse grip and perfect position of that point there. Really, really nice. You've got a compound ground blade with a swedge, so thinner right here towards the ricasso, like really thin and hollow ground. And then this portion up here is flat ground. M390 blade steel, really well worked titanium. It's knurled on all the surfaces that aren't inlaid with that really cool composite material. You've got the DC Blades sculpted clip. You see this clip show up on a bunch of their designs. This I love because it's a great flipper, but also under that thumb rest there, you've got a great wave feature. So just a beautiful knife. Carried this one a lot. It's nice and light. Fits in the shorts pockets and everything. It's nice and compact, but also it's a statement piece. All right, next up, because I did so much driving, we did a number of road trips this summer, and I just love this knife, so I find myself carrying it a lot still after 12 years of ownership. This is the Microtech SOCOM Elite, the old style Tanto blade, one of my favorite all-time Tantos there. S35VN, you got the aluminum handle, nice and light. I mean, it's been making me want to buy a new one of these. Why? I don't know. Why not? I guess because they have a different grip and a different blade design. I would like to get the clip point. But anyway, this one got a lot of carry. I love it starting to get genuine wear on some of the corners. And this thing has cut everything. Cut everything from rope to pancakes to waffles, steak, a lot of food. It's cut a lot of food, probably more food than other stuff, but bungee cords it's cut. I think this may have cut wire, something with a wire in it, but I can't remember if it's this or something else. Here we've got a window punch. So this one is the first in the collection. Carbon fiber S35EN, bearings on the pivots, and glass breaker. Love this knife, nice and big. It will always be in my collection, always one of my favorites. All right, now this one I've been excited about ever since it was announced, and we talked about it here on this show. But I finally got off my duff and bought one. This is the Ray Laconico designed Concept Bison. Just a big, beautiful Bowie folder. I love this thing. It's also, I love the way it looks. I love everything about it. I love how it functions, but I also appreciate that it's a Ray Laconico out of his wheelhouse. This is not a one that I would necessarily call out as a Ray Laconico design, but it's a very, very smart design for a pocket Bowie. It's got some interesting features, and I'll start with the handle. The handle is actually kind of a modernized gun stock handle. Again, the gun stock with the double groove here for the front fingers, and then the longer platform up here for the rest of the hand, sort of emulating a gun stock, like an old lever action gun stock, but stylized with the curves and everything. This one has a really nice finger guard, comfortable to put your thumb up against, and sort of a quillion effect down on the bottom too, in case you have to thrust this knife. And the blade here is a S35VN. It's 4¼ inches, so another big knife, and a perfectly done and quite thin and sharp Bowie blade. Let me show you just as an example. Here is another 4-inch blade, the 4max. So that goes to show you how big the Concept Bison is. But it's obviously more slender and less beefy than this knife. But on overall size, it's pretty big. But they do a good job of lightening it with lightening out the titanium slabs by milling patterns out in there. And just a really compelling knife. I love it. I love the action. I love the way it looks. And if I ever needed to pull out a fancy titanium knife to duel with, this would be a fine choice. All right, last up, and this one came right about the same time as that Bison, is the North Mountain Blade BBMN. This is designed by Dwayne Dwyer, the guy that started Strider with Mick Strider. So a lot of his design influence in those Strider designs. This one is a really cool production version of a model, of a custom model that he makes. And it is really, really cool. You've got Strider sort of effect all day long in that portion, but actually the whole damn thing looks very Stridery. I would say that the handle is a little different than a regular like SMF or SNG, but it's based more on a Dwayne Dwyer custom where he changes up the handle. So really beautiful Tanto blade here, drop point Tanto with a centerline point, if not even a little lower. And you've got that SLD magic. So there's a hard tool steel in the center, jacketed by two softer steels. And you can see that Hamon line where the steels come together on that flat ground bevel there. Super sharp, super acute, great ergonomics, as you would expect from a Strider, and but better, I think, less blocky because of this swoop here on the lower portion. I do love all this milling. That jimping is functional and comfortable. The blade shape is just so exciting to me. I always wanted a Tanto Strider, and this is just buttery smooth on washers. You can see those big bronze washers there, and nice lockup, thick slabs of titanium, no weight relief in there, so it gives it a super solid feel. I am very much in love with this knife and all the knives that have been in this list. And as I mentioned before, I suspect that this police model is going to be right up there in the most carried to close out the summer. Though I do have a birthday coming up, I have to, I'm sure I'll get something there too, but this police will join that list. All right. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Knife Junkie. Do check us out on Sunday for another great interview show, on Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excuse me. Woo! for Thursday Night Knives, and be sure to subscribe. Now, when we get to 50,000 subscribers, which is a little distance away, we are going to get a custom-made Pinkerton fixed blade knife to give away to one of you awesome people. So be sure to keep up with us and subscribe if you aren't. All right, for Jim working his magic behind the switcher, I'm Bob DeMarco saying until next time, don't take dull for an answer.
Thanks for listening to the Knife Junkie podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please rate and review at reviewthepodcast.com. For show notes for today's episode, additional resources, and to listen to past episodes, visit our website, theknifejunkie.com. You can also watch our latest videos on YouTube at theknifejunkie.com/YouTube.